Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the Coconut Wireless. It is Thursday, May 29th. What's up, Uncle Charles?
How you doing? How you doing?
Aside from the fact that I pushed the wrong button too early, but that's okay. Hey, we adjust and we
It's
adapt.
okay.
We adjust and we adapt. Well, welcome, everybody, to the Coconut Wireless. Appreciate you guys joining in tonight. We missed you guys last week. No one showed up, Charlie. I don't know what happened. We went on for 3.5 hours last week, and not one soul watched the show.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened.
Aloha, Patty. How are you? Yeah, it was crazy. Not one soul,
Mm-hmm.
hmm, which is kind of
Yep.
strange. But anyway, we are here this week, and we're going to do something different this time. We're going to let the audience, we're going to let the guests, the villagers, uh, tell us where to go. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you all want to talk about? Aloha, Jane and Kaimana. What's up? How you doing, my man? Kamana, how you doing, bro? I follow you on Facebook, and hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing alrighty. Uncle, I'm gonna call you Uncle Kaimana. He called me Uncle Mel. I'm gonna call him Uncle Kaimana. I think I gotta change my name and put Uncle Mel. What do you think?
Yeah. Sounds
I
sounds like
am
a plan.
I
Sounds
am
like a plan.
Kupuna status. So what's up, Charles? I mean, we actually
Well,
didn't have a show last week. Uncle Charlie was busy at work. Uncle Mel was pooped. So we just took a break last week, but we're back. And oh, there she goes again, Charlie.
yep.
She's she's
She's
she's
she,
she's talking to
Mrs.
you. She's talking to you.
Mrs. Raposa is talking to you. How you doing, Patsy?
She's actually baking for some parties this weekend. Starting the baking
Oh,
process. Yep. She's been real busy baking. I told her if she was to charge for all her baking, we could both retire. But she will not take a penny. She will not take a penny.
wow. Well, that is nice of her.
Charlie had major proposal. Oh, I got promoted. I got promoted.
Major.
I got promoted. Hey, you know what I wanted to before I forget,
Hmm.
I wanted to share this weekend something real amazing is happening. If I can find the right button to push, Kalaheo Guava Country Celebration. I hope you guys can see
Wow.
that. I know it's a little small. I tried to make them bigger, I couldn't. But anyway, yeah, this is gonna be on this Sunday, Saturday, May twenty
Mm-hmm.
seventh, in Kalaheo, up on Pu'u Road. And I don't know if you remember, Charlie, but back in the day, we used to have the Holy Cross parade through Kalaheo town.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they ended up at the church and had all the carnival and all the carnival food and was so much fun. So this is an attempt to try to restart that tradition. And really, what better way than to do it with Kumu Lena Ala and her halal. Um, we'll get all kinds of events after the parade itself at the park by the Kalaheo Neighborhood Center. There's going to have entertainment and food and line dancing and all kinds of stuff. Going to be an old-fashioned Portuguese guava country parade and celebration. So, guys, put that on your calendar and make sure you guys show up. And this year, the honorees will be Halau Kale Mokihana o Lena Ala, and of course Miss Aloha Hula Jaden Paval will be there. And I just can only imagine how much fun this is going to be. There's going to be so many Portuguese there, Charlie. I hope people can find me in the crowd. Yeah.
They definitely will. They definitely will. But ladies and gentlemen, that's joining us tonight. Uh, I think we need to get back to tradition. There's many things that is happening in our world today, especially given what you know. I won't get into the politics of things, but just given what's going on, I think we need that little. a touch of homegrown feeling, you know, bring us back because things is getting rather difficult and it's getting very depressing. Oh, there's Melissa. That's my little girl. I mean, she's not little anymore, but she and I we've gotten well. She's the villagers. We've all gotten very close, but when she and her husband was up here, you know, everything was. I was sad to see them leave, but congratulations to her husband Manny, who a great promotion in the Navy. So he's over in the state of Washington right now. But as I was saying, as with a lot of things, it's getting difficult, right, Mel? That
Yeah.
you know we got to get back to that homegrown feeling. I miss it. Um, you know, I was just the other night. My wife was asking me, we are coming home after I was performing at Troy's, and she said, "Honey, how come you? Is that tears? What are you crying for?" And I was just, I was thinking about my mom, how her final years, she when she lived with us in Hawaii Kai, we lived at this condo. It was our condo that's right on the water on Coco Marina, and she used to just enjoy the boat lighting ceremonies.
Mm.
All the boat owners in that area would have like a big parade of boats, and where our condo was located, it's at the end where they'd have to turn around. And it was just I could just see my mom's face light up, and I was just thinking about her, and I said, you know, I miss that. I miss that so much. So having this parade, Rice Street Parade, Koloa Plantation Days Parade, even the Christmas lighting in Waimea Town, right? Those kind of things, I just wish we could come back bigger and better than before to bring back that feeling. I think that we're missing. That we're missing.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think the best word to describe the world we live in today is uncertainty. I think it's just so, you know, we really don't have much control over what's happening out there, but we do have control of what happens here in our local community.
Yep.
And Chris
Yes.
Wong, my good buddy Chris Wong,
Mhm.
says it best: hard times make for strong communities, or a chance for come together. I mean, that is really what it comes
Yes.
down to. And you
Yes.
know, this parade is one example. You mentioned a bunch of other parades that we have here. Oh, my sister is on YouTube. Right on. Hey, Sandy, what's happening? But you know, that's what I remember growing up, Charlie. That's what you remember growing up. I think most of us right here watching this show tonight is remembers all of that
Mhm.
growing up. And you know, we got to get back to that, and focus on taking care of each other. You watch the news, and I'm not even talking about the national news. I just talking about the local news. People getting shot, kids getting bullied, people getting ripped off. I mean, where's the aloha spirit? No more already. Wow, it's come on, folks. How hard is it to take care of your brother or your sister next door or down the road or in the next town? I mean, that's how we were raised, Charlie. That's how we were raised. My parents,
Yep.
both of them, my grandparents. I mean, they would do anything for someone else, and that's how we were raised. And you know, it's sad to say, but it's kind of disappearing. And that's why I think, you know, when you do these types of events, these parades, I'm gonna put it up one more time because I really want to, the whole Kauai or anybody that's on Kauai on Saturday to show up, because this is one way of showing the community coming together. You know, that is just one way, and I look forward to that. Zen Creations Kauai, Uncle Mel and Uncle Charlie. I stop calling me Uncle Mel. Just kidding. Zen Creations is Shay. She is going to be one of the people representing the Oahu Pa'u unit at the Kamehameha Parade. Shay
Hmm.
Weaver. She's down on weekends, down by Anchor Cove, selling shrimp, garlic shrimp plate. I did a few lives. Last week they were selling lao lao, which was so no. I ate it live on Instagram. That thing was so juicy. So yes, Zen Creation Shay. Let me know if you could be down there this weekend. Post them in a comment so we can share it. So we can
Mm-hmm.
share it. Yes, Bernie, it is sad. It is sad. But we can make the difference. Show up on
Yeah.
Saturday. Let's go make some, have some good, Portuguese fun in Kalaheo. Actually, you know, Charlie, I lived in Kalaheo for several years up in Texera Track.
Uh-huh.
Texera Track. Here we go, Chris again. Fractured communities allow for big government to come in and make us dependent on it. Strong communities, good neighbors bring out the aloha spirit. Bingo.
Right on the
Chris,
nose there.
I love your thinking, my man. Yes, we had
You
another
know,
shooting on Oahu.
hmm I wanted to say that, growing up, because my dad was in construction and he came over when Princeville was first being built. And I had my grand aunt or my grandpa's sister lived in Hanapepe. And I think I mentioned this before, right on Iona Road, right next to the Shell
Oh,
station.
yeah.
Yeah, my grand aunt. And so growing up, and then there was a period of time that didn't come back to Kauai. And the next time I came back, I was working for the Teamsters in the movie jobs, and we did Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman and Patrick Swayze, and one of the sites they used the old camp in I guess it was somewhere around Koloa, but passing through Kalaheo, I remember had brick oven wasn't in its position where it is now. It was up more up the street on the opposite side, same side
Hmm.
as Kaleo Cafe. And I just fell in love with the place. And I knew one day, even though I went to Maui, I knew one day I gotta make it back to Kauai. And almost, what, 20 years later, I'm still on Kauai. And I'm loving every minute of it. So thank you to the Kauai people that have embraced myself and my wife and my family. My granddaughter, 2018 Miss Kauai, she came up to visit, and we had a time to share. My grandson, who's now playing for St. Louis, and my granddaughter, who's going for her bachelor's to be a nurse. I think that's the industry that a lot of our children are gravitating towards. But they got to spend the last weekend up here as well. And oh, they said, Papa, we want to come back so badly. I said, well, you go finish your schooling. Kauai will always be here, and hopefully we can, us old timers, can bring back what was way back when to get that feeling back, right?
Well, it'll be up to us. And I think Anson or
Yep.
Kalen, I'm not sure which one this is, but Anson or Kalen said, we are raised with the influence around us. Now the influence is literally in the palm of our hands. And that is so true. So true. So true.
Yes.
Aloha,
Yes.
Lay. What's up, Lay? Charlie, the next question is for you.
Yes. Unfortunately, no. But a lot of memories are made there. Last night at Troy's, we had a big gang from Kalaheo Steak and Ribs. And, slowly the people hearing about us playing there because, back in the day, we actually played there like 2 to 3 times a week. Then it was scaled down to twice a week. And it was, I have to say, my musical career and memories made was there. I think the highlight of anything was just having the people there. But they all got a big surprise one night when the late great country music star Toby Keith walked in, and because we couldn't do anything from any of his albums because of the record signing that he had, but he was able to do a lot of Elvis, a lot of other country tunes, and what was to be only 1, 2 song, he just wanted to jump on stage and play with us. Um, and of course, Roger Clemens, the Rocket Man, was with him, and they got on stage and we did a 45 minute to an hour concert for the people in that place, and that will be something I'll never forget for sure.
Charlie, I remember you calling me up or texting me or whatever, say, hey, go come down tonight, Kaleo Steakhouse. And man, I was exhausted and I never go. Of course, you never know Toby Keith was going to be popping in.
Yeah.
and I didn't go. And when I saw, oh my lord, I wanted to kick myself in Aokoli. In fact, I think I did kick myself in Aokoli.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And I also like to send a shout out to another great musician from Hawaii, a good friend, Kata Maduli. He jumped on stage with us too, and he was part of the cruise ships coming in. So when he had that off time, he would come up there with Tarvin Makia, with the group. I forgot the name, but anyway, the late great Rocky Powell used to play with them. Remember, brother
Mm.
Rocky? Haula. That's the name of the group. Haula.
Haula. Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and with Wayne Kamaki Aina. So Tarvin and Kata came up and they graced us and they got on stage with us and we did a set with them. It was so much fun. I miss those days. But last night, the one and only Mackie Ryan McCabe joined us on stage,
Oh, nice,
and
nice.
oh, lot of fun, lot
That is
of
at
fun.
Troy's every Wednesday night, guys. You guys can go see
Yep,
Uncle Charlie in action at Troy's. Him and his little group
yep,
does the show over there, and we are going to be stopping by very shortly one day. I can tell you that. Hey, let me punch in
yeah.
this question real quick for Sam. This is about the two bridges, Poloke and Nawili Wili, which is Niumalu. I'm happy to
Right.
tell you that the Niumalu Bridge is in. Yesterday's council meeting, we approved the easement, the right of entry agreement with the Department of Transportation. So the Niumalu and the Anohola bridges are going to be done probably before the end of summer. Puloke, I don't know, Sam. I have been on the administration as other council members as well. I don't know what's taking so long, but you know what? They need to get that one done. That is a safety issue, in my opinion. But the good news is that we got to celebrate the small victories. We got to celebrate the small victories.
Enjoy it while
Um,
you can. Enjoy
Neomalu
it while you
and
can.
Anahola should be done within the next couple of months, so I'm excited about that. I just wanted to answer your question.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I gotta go. Charlie, I'll let you tell one story, um, because I gotta go fill up my cup because I'm dying of thirst.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell one. You know what? Um, I don't know. Just make up one.
Sure. Why
Sharon,
not?
Sharon says she needs good. We need good medical people. Again, I catching up on all the comments. This is going back to your granddaughter. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kawhi. Real quick. So I was battling kidney stones, right? So I was at Queens. Uh, they got them all out already, but so I went back for my routine checkup. My Queens urologist moved back to the mainland. So my Kauai doctor, my regular primary care doctor says, "Oh Mel, get you back in to see the urologist, but we don't have one on Kauai. We have a roving urologist. So every time the urologists come, they go across the country. Every time they come to Kauai, they schedule everybody for the doctor, and every time you go, gonna be on different doctor. So yes, Sharon, we do need good medical people. We need medical people. We need good medical
Now
people.
that urologist, was it okay when you he visited with you? That
Uh,
roving
no,
urologist?
I didn't see him because
Oh,
he's the next one, the next time around. I had a what they call that physician's assistant, the nurse
yeah.
practitioner, nurse
Yeah.
practitioner. Yeah, she was fine, I guess. She was fine.
Well,
But
those roving urologists, yeah. But
okay, here it
I know
comes.
a lot of
Here
them.
it comes.
I know a lot of them were former master mechanics. So yeah, you should be in good hands.
You know what was interesting? I was at a conference. Oh, actually, I think I was in D.C.
Hmm.
My last trip to D.C. And this guy came up. He looked at my name tag. He goes, "Wow, Kauai, yeah." He goes, "Yeah, we operate on Kauai." I said, "What do you do?" He goes, "Oh, I'm a urologist." I said, "Really? So you live on Kauai? What, part time?" He goes, "No, no, my company sends urologists to Kauai." So
Yeah.
that was so funny because that was months ago, last year, and now I understand.
Yep.
I thought he was cracking up. I really thought he was cracking up.
Well, I think that's the new thing. They have these companies set up, and I gotta say, like KVMH uses a lot of these nurses that fly that serve like 3 month stints at KVMH, and they rotate out, right? So to help augment the staffing shortage of nurses, qualified nurses, until we can get our local nursing numbers up there. They send these traveling nurses, and I gotta say they're excellent. They go to a lot of the big and small hospitals and clinics, and they do a fantastic job. So, folks, you have nothing to worry about. You'll be in good hands.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a good gig. These guys get to travel
Yeah.
all over the country. They get paid really well, and they get to
Right.
enjoy and spend time. But from
Mm-hmm.
what Bernie says, same as rheumatologists, they come like once a month. Yeah, it's kind of.
Rheumatologist. That is for
Is that a trick question? I
no.
I
I
think
just
I only I'm assuming that's for people with rheumatoid arthritis.
arthritis. Okay.
I think.
Okay. No, no, no. That
See,
makes sense.
Charlie, I
No,
qualify
no.
for and become a neurologist on Kauai just with that simple. That's what they ask them when they come. When the
Yeah.
mechanic come in for interview for the urologist job, they ask them what is a rheumatologist, and then
Because I would answer if I was going for the job. This is you're applying for a rheumatologist. Okay, what does a rheumatologist do? I says, okay, we spread rumors. I think. You know,
there's the answer.
there's the answer.
Arthritis.
Arthritis.
Sha-
Arthritis. Yeah.
Sharon said she had to be in hospital in Hilo, and almost all the medical folks were visiting nurses. They don't stay. Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. What's up, Paul Maderis? Paul Maderis, Portuguese. Saturday,
Oh,
Kalaheo, Guava celebration. What?
ooh. No, I just like it's not often I hear you real proud of Portuguese, but
Oh, I'm
tonight you
always proud.
broke it,
I
man.
am so proud to be Portuguese. And Charlie, I am 100% Portuguese. Not too many
No,
people can say that. Not too
that's
many
true.
people can.
And you know why? But that's
No.
true.
Aloha, Heidi. Hey, let me. Hey, I was debating whether or not I was going to do this because it's not really ready. Yes, Pocho style, Pocho. Viva la Portugal. So anyway, you know me, I'm an entrepreneur, right, Charlie? You know me, I
Yeah,
sell whatever I can. Do I hold on here? Do I have the blue book? I don't know what blue book. The blue book.
that's the one for your car. You know what I mean?
The blue book price one?
I
No,
don't know.
I don't have the blue book. I use it's www.kbb.com is the Kelly Blue Book website. But anyway, so I had this crazy idea. So I'm
Hmm.
always looking for ways to market stuff, and so I was just doing some research, and I found out that this particular product was selling a lot on Etsy and Amazon and eBay. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to figure out how I can source these products and
Hmm.
sell them and have fun with it. And not for make a lot of money, but for to pay for the expenses. And that's my therapy. I build a website. I'll build a website. So I did, and it went live yesterday, but I haven't promoted it at all. But I like to show you guys. But you gotta promise not to judge me because I spent a
Yeah.
lot of time doing this. But let me
No,
just
no.
let me have you guys guess what you think. Oh yes, I do, Heidi. I have it. I'm in that book, the big blue hardcover book about the Portuguese coming to Hawaii. If that's the one you're talking about, I'm actually in that book. Believe it or not, I get 3 cases of those books in my office.
Yeah, that's the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Yeah, that's the boat you came over. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Let me know what you guys think and it's legit. It's not crazy stuff, but it's a product that is very popular on online. Um, but I curious to see what these people think that I would sell. And then before the end of the show, I will show you the website. Um, Women's clothing and purses. No, no, no. But I did have a shop many years ago. I did have a shop. um, I didn't do too well with that shop, but the Blue Book, Portuguese Book, Hawaii, likely refers to the book, The Portuguese in Hawaii by John Harry. No, I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I know which one you're talking about. No, I don't. I have my book is blue too. Maybe that's a Portuguese color. But the author came to Kauai with a little delegation, and he met with myself and some other Portuguese.
Oh, that was
And
recently.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
no,
last year. Last year,
yeah, that's right.
and we did a showing of his documentary at the council chambers, and he uh, he he worked with this guy Danny Abreu from Honolulu. He's a big in the Portuguese Cultural Society, and he takes tours to
Hmm.
Portugal. But Danny had brought with him when he came 3 cases of these books to be sold at the showing, and we never sold too many at the showing, so it's all sitting in my office. If anybody wants that book, it's $60 a book. It's a gorgeous book, really well done, made by I mean, made it. It was done in Portugal, and it was awesome, awesome, awesome. Portuguese Power. My son Brian Maderas is representing the 808 via motocross. Yes, just putting it out there, and it's great to see the island residents make us proud. Yeah, Paul's son is
Oh,
a
yeah.
is a pro motocross rider, um, and he is incredible. And Paul is an incredible fisherman. Um, uh, did you develop an instant pothole filler? Nope, nope. I wish I did. I would be rich. I would be rich, but no, that's not what I'm selling. So it's girls' clothing and pothole fillers. No, anything else? Anything else? I am gonna I'm gonna share it.
Reveal. Yeah,
I'm gonna
reveal.
reveal. Not yet though. Not yet. Not yet. I like more guesses. I like more guesses because I'm curious. Because I don't think anybody gonna guess it. What the hell is a labubu? Labubu dolls? What's a labubu doll? Charlie, you know what a labubu ball is?
No, but I'm sure Melissa will let us know before
Is
the
that
show is over.
what's what's a labubu? I
Huh?
don't know what is that a Portuguese word? Labuja. I know
No.
labuja. Maybe labuja dolls, maybe, but not a labubu. Somebody help me
Labubu
out.
or
Somebody help me out. What is
Labi?
labubu?
Okay. Let me
Try go
try
look
to
them
look
up,
it up.
Charlie. Try go look
Yeah.
them up.
Okay. What is a Labubu doll? What is a
Honey!
Labubu?
No, I'm not selling wigs. It's not wigs. Although I think that's probably a good sell.
Okay, here you
Melissa,
go. Are you ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
A Labubu doll is a collectible designer art toy created by the artist Kasing Lung in collaboration with the Hong Kong-based company POP Mart. It's part of the Monster series, which features various whimsical, mischievous characters with distinct personalities.
Oh,
That's a
kind
Labubu
of
doll.
like the Cabbage
Yeah.
Patch or one of those other.
Or even like you're like X-Men,
Yeah, yeah,
Adam
yeah.
Ant, those kind of, yeah.
Portuguese underwear. No, Portuguese no wear underwear. So that way we wouldn't make too much money because nobody wear Portuguese no wear underwear. But
No,
no,
they
it's
do,
not.
but
It's not.
only they only get 12.
Yeah,
One
so
each month.
it's not like they don't buy it often, right? Because they just not changing them as often.
Terrible. Come on, you guys.
Hey, we
This is a
only bait on
family show.
Saturdays. We only bait on
Yeah.
Saturdays. So you figure it's one DVDs a week. Um, Recipe book. I've been telling Patsy to do a recipe book, and
Yep.
she don't like if she don't like make money, I do. So she can make the book. I'll sell the book, and I'll keep all the profits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Can we get a hint, Uncle Mel? No, that it wouldn't be fair.
I think it has something to do with.
Hair extension or lashes? Nope, no, Melissa. Nope, nope, nope.
I think it has something to
Oh,
do with.
Portuguese sausage. I
No,
wish. Hard to sell that
I,
online. Hard to sell that online.
I think you have something to do with electronics.
Press on nails. No. No, it's actually not electronics. It's not electronics.
Okay, so it narrowed down to it's not electronics.
Yeah,
Okay, that
it's
that
not
that narrows
hair.
it
It's
down.
not BVDs. It's not dresses. It's not lashes, extensions,
It's
wigs.
probably a shirt with something. It's a shirt, like one of these, right? But it's your
Like
own design.
these.
Yeah, it's your own design.
Hey, this is my design right there, man. This is my design right
Yeah,
there.
but you made another design.
It is design based, I can tell you that.
Okay,
But it's not a shirt.
it's a handbag, ladies' handbag. That's designer handbag by Mel, by Mel. You know.
Not it's not tumblers and it's not handbags.
Okay, that narrows it
Oh,
down.
Marlies! Marlies! Calendars is sexy men and women. Not half right. It's sexy men only. It's Charlie and I. 6 months of Charlie and 6 months of of me. And 3 months of each is butt naked.
Now remember now, the sexy category meant we using photographs 20 plus years ago.
Good evening, Sandy.
Hi,
By the way,
Sandy.
Sandy, by the way, I did get your email today. I will be responding tomorrow with the packet for you. Sandy was asking about getting speed bumps placed in her neighborhood. So,
Mm.
um, yes, I will be sending that to you tomorrow. Yeah. So anyway, it's none of that stuff, man. It's none of that stuff. And I think when you look at this, you go, "Really? What? Are you serious? You?"
I think you better let them know because we're losing viewers, Mel. We're down to 40. We started off with 100. Now we're down to 40. You better let them know.
I tell you, if anyone can pick the product, I will give you a discount code. You can go on and you can get your item for free.
Okay, let me give you a reason of deduction on that. Nobody has gotten it so far, so it's best you tell them what it is. Because now we're down to 41. We started off with 100. Now we're down to 41 viewers.
No, it's not a wallet, Reina. It's not a wallet. Charlie wants to know. Um, Bernie wants a roundabout by Poloki. um, I don't know if you can get one. They're putting them up all over the place. They might want to do it there. I
You
don't think
know,
it's a bad
it's
idea.
some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. But if you do it in a way that people accept it, so instead of a roundabout, right? Why don't we do a figure eight,
Like Kapa,
right?
they call it a peanut
Yeah,
about. A peanut about.
yeah,
Seriously, it's like,
yeah.
gosh. Marie, it's not edible. Melissa, it's not shoes.
You can
Angela
tell. Well,
Angela had missed all the hints, and Marlies, it's not stickers. Oh my God, yoga pants. No, 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 no. Although I hear that's popular too.
yeah. You
So,
know our girl Melissa.
mhm.
She's an avid online shopper. That's why you notice she's leaning towards a lot of the things
Clothes.
you clothes,
Yeah.
wigs, nails, stuff in those lines. Yeah,
The
she's
the
she's
thing
gonna
is,
go. Yeah,
the thing is, Charlie, she shops where Patsy shops, which is like Sheen and Timu. So it's so cheap over there. I cannot compete with those people because my stuff is made in America, not in China. So it's very hard to compete with those people.
one
But
time I bought shoes. Okay, the reason I'll never buy again, I give them the size, triple E, give them the size. The shoes came. Lucky I can fit one toe in the shoe. That's why I won't do it. I won't do it.
Charlie, you're looking in the wrong. You're looking on the shoes. You gotta go look under canoes. then they get the right one for you.
Thank you,
Uh
brother Mel.
no, it's not jewelry and it's not hats or caps. So I know you guys
Mel,
not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe it, but it
we're
is.
down to 37, Mel. We started off with 100. You better tell them.
Melissa bought a patio set on Sheen. Um,
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And it was a Barbie doll set. It was
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna
It was that
come in.
small.
It's gonna come in a USPS priority small box, flat rate. No, it's not fishing lures. That's why the more and more of these things come out, the more and more you're getting farther and farther away.
So it
Pardons.
it was a design.
Pardons.
It wasn't okay. Then is it
It's not. It's
like
not kitchen
ho-
gadgets.
holiday cards? You
No,
design holiday
no, no,
cards?
no. Let me bring it down to a bigger category that you guys can. It's something that you would use in your home.
Oh, don't tell me you. Oh, you did do it. Don't tell me you did do it.
What?
One broom. You designed one broom.
No. Oh, oh, no, no, no. Okay. I'm gonna put up the website. Now again, do not judge because this is a business decision. This wasn't.
No, we gotta get a really big introduction because I don't like you put them up and they go, "We went to holidays for that." No, no, it
I
gotta be
think they
something.
will. I think they will do that. I think they will, Charlie. I think they're gonna say, "What?"
We should have stayed with the handbag. What?
Ah, I gotta find this thing. Bigger than a bread box? Nope. Storage containers for purses? Nope. I'm just gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up. I gotta find it. You ready, Charlie? Don't laugh too hard because you're gonna hurt my ego.
No,
Don't judge, okay?
okay, okay. For you, Mel, I'll keep my eyes closed. Go for it.
Ah.
Go for it.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Oh,
It's called the
yeah,
Cozy Wickery. It's candles, Charlie. It's
yeah.
candles.
Wow.
So I just put this together.
Uh huh.
It just went live yesterday, and it's pretty. This is our basic line of all the different flavors of or scents. There's
Okay.
like 12. Honey is like, what? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No.
Peppered
And
passion
how
fruit.
did you develop these scents?
I did not develop the scents, so I have it sourced out of the mainland, but I design all the labels. That's all I do.
Wow.
I just design the labels. So this is our zodiac line. This is my favorite, Virgo, because I'm a Virgo. But this one comes in Christmas warmth, cinnamon, vanilla, coconut cream, and cardamom. Of course, unscented or white sage and lavender. Yes,
So
it's soy based. It's vegan. It's um, yeah, it's vegan
okay,
and
let me
it's
let me ask you something, Mel.
yeah.
So these candles, it will light and stay lit, correct?
Yes, it'll stay lit for
Okay,
40 to 50 hours.
okay. And they're okay. So um,
How pretty.
and they only come in white.
Yeah, the candles doesn't the candles doesn't change color. The wax doesn't change.
Oh, because I think you'd sell more if you had different color
Yeah,
of
I mean I
candle
have
wax.
yeah, unfortunately I don't.
Okay, what about you did the design?
Yeah.
You only have black lids. You don't have any other color lids.
No, I have. So depending on the candle, and this is just my first four collections. So I have a black lid. This one is a cork. This one is a little bit more expensive, but it's a cork and it's a bigger glass jar.
Oh, I
There's
noticed. Yeah, the prices they go up when the lid is a bigger. Yeah.
well, it's a bigger candle. This is a bigger candle. This is a wooden wick, a cedar wooden wick, versus the cloth, and
Okay.
it has a cork topping with a that's sealed. And of course, these things are all reusable. So
So let
anyway,
me ask you: do you have like maybe an economical line, like say under $5, anything
no,
like that?
that one you got to go to Sheen or Temu. Yeah, that one you got to go to Sheen or Temu. Okay, I just couldn't wait for the
Comments.
yeah, I just okay. Hang on here. A lot of comments. My lord, I love. Okay, hold on now. Okay, honey was the best. What? Yeah. Angela, is it candles? I mean, I love yes, it is soy based. It's again, like I said, it was vegan. Kaula Okalani Pot says I would have never guessed. Me neither. How did nobody guess candles? Cause who would think Melrose would be selling candles? Very heavy for shipping. Shipping is yes, it's it does cost about $8 to ship. That's the only problem. But these are
But
good.
they do have, if people worrying about the weight and the shipping, you can order the candleless candles. They're much lighter.
The shipping to Hawaii is the same price. It's all made in. This is actually made in Arizona and shipped out of Arizona, so it's not that bad. Candles are nice. How about something for my grandchildren? Well, guess what they're getting for their birthdays?
Candles.
Yep, my favorite grandson, my favorite second grandson. I'm a Virgo. Me too, Melissa. I'm a Virgo. Is there one that smells like durian? Durian. What is? I don't even know what a durian is.
No, durian fruit.
Durian. Oh no,
Yeah.
no durian. Where are they actually made in California? I mean Arizona. Where can we get a sample? Um, we don't have samples, unfortunately.
Brother,
But
you gotta do the sales pitch. You gotta give them something.
well, I mean, animal samples. I ordered some samples. I don't have it with me yet. Um, Sam wants to know if it's edible.
You can try. There's no guarantee.
Ah,
And we was just talking about nursing shortage too, so it kind
yeah.
of goes hand in hand.
Good to use in bathrooms. Yes, we actually have candles in our bathroom. My wife buys candles. She's gonna buy from the store now. What is the site called? Oh, sorry, it's called Cozy Wickery. Let me put that in the comments right now.
Cozy Wickery.
Cozy Wickery dot store though, not dot com. So there it is. It's in the comments. Bye bye Bath and Body. Hello Uncle Mel. Yeah, you tell me what designs you want. I'll make the designs. If you want me to make a special one for your husband, you just let me know. What made you decide to sell candles? Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, so I've been looking at things to put on an online store. I really love working with online marketing. I just love it. I have an Etsy store that I sell mugs and shirts and stuff like that. But I wanted to do a store, not a platform like Etsy. So I was just doing my research using Google Trends and ChatGPT, of course, but going into all the different sites and looking at the top sellers, and I was shocked. I would never have considered candles, but when I looked at the sale volume of candles, I was shocked. So that is why I decided to go with candles. And if you do T-shirts, you're competing with millions of people. If you're doing hats or mugs, you're dealing with so much competition. Um, the tariffs are not going to affect this product because it is all made in the U.S. of A. Cozy Wickery, no, that's my Etsy store is different. Cozy Wickery is my online store. That's a store dedicated to the candles. If you go to Etsy, you got to search up Vivid 808 Vivid Designs is that store. I don't really promote that one. It just I just let the platform sell for me, and it works. My husband don't believe me. I just showed him. Yeah, no one will. No one will. Candles are the romantic Virgo in me. Is that what Virgos are? Okay, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is. I'll sell whatever sells. Like I said, I'm a true entrepreneur, and maybe
You
one
know
day
that.
I'll get to try to. Maybe you and I can get together one day and actually make candles and create our own scents. Maybe we'll see where this thing leads.
Well, I give you credit because if you look at some of these entrepreneurs, how they started, they, they really have no concept what they're thinking of, but they're looking at how the market trend is going and in what direction. And a lot of times they'll get something that'll kind of fit the narrative, right? Of how it sells. And but in Hawaii, every time our good boy Chet Pacheco, right, from Hanale, Haena, he, love that boy. Every time he goes holo holo, he's with ILW, and he'll come through, and he always has the kololo made from out that side of the island. So when you got something special like that, it's a seller on all the other islands because it's not readily available, right?
Yeah.
So there's all kind of things. There's all kind of things from Hawaii that would be special enough.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
and
think what you're looking at is just setting up the factory to make the candles. It's difficult in and of itself, right?
yeah. I mean, I just
Yeah.
rather outsource it and just this way I can focus on the designing of these candles.
Mm.
So again, what you just saw was what I wanted to put the store together. So I
Mm.
just put together some design ideas and got them uploaded. But my
Mm.
plan is to build out these collections and make it really, really um, for the customers. Yeah, for the customers that we obtain. But yeah, we can personalize. I can personalize anything. I can put names on them. I can put years. So there's a lot of opportunity. The thing with candles, unlike the trends like the Kumbaba doll that Melissa talked about earlier, the
Labubu, labubu.
yeah, La Bouja or whatever. Those are trends. So yeah, there's an opportunity to make a lot of money right away. But something like candles or coffee mugs, those things. Candles. The nice thing about candles is that people will buy more than one candle versus a mug. Somebody might buy a coffee mug or for gifts, but for home use, people will buy candles for home use. You can
Hmm.
only have so many coffee mugs in your house. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I did a lot of research. Do they sell them on Amazon? I am not on Amazon, but I'm sure you can find these similar candles on Amazon as well. And somebody talked about unscented. So every collection that we have has an unscented version because there are
Hmm.
people out there that cannot have scents; they're allergic or they're sensitive. So yeah, every single one we have.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, cozy. My hubby is Candle Boy and is also a Virgo. There you go. I love that logo. I designed it myself, and I kind of real happy with how it came out. Um, can you also do plug-in scents? No, that one you gotta go Timu or Sheen. Anyway, there's a lot on here, but yeah, I'm gonna have a Hawaii line, or I think I'm gonna call it the Aloha Collection, and all of the designs on those labels will be Hawaii centric. And I
Brother,
think
let me tell you, a guy like me, people say, "What's your favorite scent?" Gardenia has always been my favorite scent. I don't know what it is. We had growing up in Kalihi, the neighbor had growing on the fence gardenias. The things that's creeping up, right?
mhm.
And I remember going into several places. Just that, just only thing is my allergies would kill me. It's like like a
Oh
muff
yeah.
orange hedges, right? So I
Hmm.
know when the thing was coming in bloom, but I just love gardenia. Just love that scent.
Terry says I spend a lot on candles every time I order from Bath and Body. My husband calls it burning money. Before I opened this store, I would tell Patsy the same thing. But now I think it's a damn good way to spend your money.
Yep.
I do. It's not burning money. It's not. So go visit the store, Terry. Go buy a couple. Yeah, I mean that's just again, I just wanted to share it because I think it's so funny. But that is just again, I'll be adding more collections, and if you guys want to see any special design, just let me know. I'm getting really good with the editing. I mean the graphic software that I have, and I'm becoming an artist, Charlie.
Mm.
A bad one, but still, I can still call myself an artist.
Well, since you got something to share, I want to share too that it's funny how you said you came up with that going online, but I'm starting my new line of painter's tape. Um, I starting out with blue, but I have different colors. That's why I was asking about colors.
Mm.
I bet these viewers must be thinking, "What the hell is Uncle Charlie doing?"
Yeah, they just no, they're just waiting for the response. They're just waiting for the response. Again, folks, Saturday, the 31st, 2:30 p.m. Kalahil Guava Country Celebration. This is not a joke. It is a parade um, honoring Halau Kale Mokihana Olena Ala and Miss Aloha Hula Jaden Paval. And it's going to be
Hmm.
just like the old Holy Cross parade days, except this will go up Pool Road. That's the road. It's not going to be on the highway. It's going to be the road right above the highway,
Runs
by, by
parallel.
by the church. Yeah, that one church right there, and the school,
Yeah.
Kalaheo Elementary School. And the parade is going to go up that road, down Pool, come back down towards Kalaheo, and turn into the neighborhood center. And that's where the celebration will happen. And it's please, guys, if you can, if you're in the area, if you cannot make the parade, just stop by afterwards. The celebration will be in the park for all night long, and it's going to be all kinds of stuff. We'll get malasada. Somebody asked earlier about patele. I'm not sure if I would guess possibly going to get some pateles, but I don't know. I know there's going to be malasadas. I know there's going to be a lot of Portuguese stuff. I know we're going to get a lot of Portuguese people, but it's going to be fun. I think they got some country line dancing and a lot of
Hmm.
entertainment. So please, if you guys can stop by and say aloha to Lena Allah and her halal.
I'm hoping this thing takes off
Yeah, me
because
too.
you remember, see, back in the day, growing up as a kid, we used to go up to the commitment schools. They used to have the carnival, like how Punoho would have a carnival every year. And I think if this thing takes off, and you got vendors, I mean, I'm looking for some really good malasadas on the island. You get spoiled because when you have Leonard's at your disposal, right? Fluffy, hot. But I've tasted some pretty good malasadas like Koi Bakery, and
Hmm.
recently it got sold. I guess the Galiza family sold the bakery to
Mm. Oh, I
another
didn't know that.
family.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try. I heard that they've got some original recipes, so I'm gonna try that out. But talking about pateles, so on Oahu, it's all over, but yet we would always go down to the patele lady located at the corner of Middle Street and Gulick Avenue. She was in that little, it was like a little strip mall right there. Well, on Kauai, and I'm letting that secret out, boo hoo me, because now I'm not going to have my patele fixed. It gets restocked every Thursday, okay? So the pateles are flown in from Oahu. It gets restocked every Thursday, and guess where
Mm.
it's at? Just guess where it's at. And it's hot.
Where?
It, it's at the Waimea Shell Service Station.
Oh, wow.
There's a crock pot in there. I didn't even know. I saw the rice pot. So I went up to that crock pot and I looked and I said, "Hey, what is this?" And the lady said, "It's patele." And I've been buying ever since. I'll buy like three, four at a time. So, oh no. The things they're boiling, they kept hot in the boiling water inside the crock. And you buy them right
Oh.
there, and the thing is just, got your olives, got everything you want in a patele. But now I gave out the secret, so it's restocked every
Yeah.
Thursday.
No, they're
So I
gonna
just,
be sold out, Charlie.
yeah, it's gonna be sold out. But again, So I'm hoping that this fair parade that's going to happen this Saturday, right? The third.
This Saturday, yeah,
Yeah.
this Saturday.
I hope everybody gets to go and enjoy, and let's make it a tradition. Now, this year, as we did in the last years, the seed industry had the Oktoberfest, right? We've
Hmm.
always done it in Waimea. Then we moved it down to Kekaha. Well, this year, it's going to be in Hanapepe.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
And,
Well, you should have more people.
yep, it's going to be in Hanapepe. So, folks, this year's Oktoberfest will be in Hanapepe. And we're doing the same thing we've always done, and we're bringing in all the pumpkins for the little ones to have.
That is such an
So,
amazing event. I mean, I mean, I don't know how many pumpkins you guys get, but a lot of kids go home happy. I just real quick, Kalaheo is still
yeah,
referred to God's country, honey.
yeah.
Still yet, always will be. But yes, those pumpkins, the kids. I mean, just watching those faces light up when they get to go grab their pumpkin is one of my favorite events. It really is.
Well,
Um,
we've always purchased a lot for the kids to take home. It was the founders of this event, and Stephanie is one of them. Always felt that it was something nice to give. And who would think that a pumpkin would bridge communities? So we give pumpkins even like to the schools out in Kilauea. We are now providing pumpkins up in Puna on the Big Island and in Waikoloa. And this goes on and on. And one of the growers, we are so fortunate that their operations have moved to Kauai, is Alexo and Alum Farms. They're known for their big corn mazes that they have every year in the Kapolei area, right by the rail. So they have all those farms over there. But
mhm,
now they're growing a lot of the like the melons that you see in Costco.
mhm.
Yeah, they grow. They don't, and it's sweet. They grow it, and they've got thousands of acres on the west side that they're utilizing, and they're fantastic growers. I mean, they're really knowledgeable, and they know how to take advantage of the seasonal growth where you can get so many yields per season. And it's so if one thing that we learn is if you want to talk about sustainability, this local group of farmers is moving in that direction on a large scale. And that's the only way you can do it. It can't be a backyard garden growth thing you're going to sustain, maybe for your family. But if we're talking about sharing with everyone, this is the way to go.
That's it. That's it. We gotta really
Yeah,
promote and take care of our farmers.
yeah.
Marlene says, I remember the Holy Ghost Feast Parade led by the men of the Holy Name Society. I think that's the one. I called it the Holy Cross Parade, but it was the Holy Ghost. Her dad, Albert Moore, was a member. That's when life centered around the church. In Kaleo, mostly it was a plantation community. I grew up in Kauai Pine Plantation Camp. Yes. So let's try to bring that back, and let's do it one parade and celebration at a time. And one thing I
Yes.
know, I mean, I know our Hawaiian communities can party. They can kanikapila. They can they can do all of these things. But the Portuguese can party too. And remember, who brought the ukulele to Hawaii? It was the guavas. It was
Hmm.
the guavas. So expect to see a lot of ukuleles flying. What is it? The dancing flea? Is that what it is? The ukulele means dancing flea
Hmm.
in Hawaii. But anyway,
Yeah.
so try to get down there, guys. I'll be down there. We'll be walking in the parade and hanging out for a little bit. I get my niece's graduation party is that night, and so I don't know how long I'll be there, but I will be there as long as I can be, and hope to see a bunch of you guys there. Charles, any closing comments before we say aloha?
Well, again, I'd like to say thank you so much to Kauai and to our viewers. Thank you for checking in. There's I first would like to extend my condolences to the family who lost their loved one last night in that horrific shooting incident on the island of Oahu. Uh, on the same street that some of my family members grew up on in Macau, on Jade Street. And we don't know what's causing any of this, but all I can do is plead and ask. You know, we don't need that kind of violence. There's enough violence in the world. We don't have to have it on our front yard, in our front yard here in Hawaii. And so I just hope and pray that, we keep ourselves, I want to say, neighbors looking after neighbors. Whatever community you belong to, I love the west side of Kauai. They've adopted me and I've adopted them, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll probably die on this island. But I've seen so much ohana building in the communities, and I think we just have to ramp it up so we can get rid of the bad that's happening, so it doesn't infiltrate our communities. So let's pull together, gang. I know we can do it. I know we can do
Well said. Well said. I mean, that's all it is, right? It's like someone said earlier. It's in the palm of our hands. It's us.
it. Yeah.
We
Hmm.
determine our future. We determine outcomes in when we connect with other people. So, my God, just be nice. Just remember that we're supposed to be showing the aloha spirit. And I can remember a time where we never had to think about being aloha, being pono. That was just how it was. That was ingrained in our blood. That's just it. Now it's not the case. And when we gotta think about,
Yeah.
well, should I say this or should let's just go back to being pono, going back to being nice, helping your neighbors, helping your families,
Yeah.
your friends, and get rid of all this pilikia because it's just tearing us apart. So
Yeah.
with that, appreciate all of you guys joining us tonight. We will be back next week, Thursday, same time, 7 o'clock. We hope you guys can join us. So until then, take care. God bless. We love you guys. Hui
Aloha.
ho.